What's up, sports bettors? UFC 276, huge card. We got Israel Adesanya, Alexander Volkanovski, huge fight night, and we are going to be going through the best bets. What is better than betting on people to get knocked out? So once again, I'm going to be eyeing this fight. So let's go to the prelims. We have Du Plessis versus Brad Tavares. So two extremely scary dudes, and we're going to be going through the best bets for UFC 276. So I already have a bet on Du Plessis money line. As I mentioned, UFC can have some ridiculous line movements. We were able to get Du Plessis minus 102 odds earlier in the week on FanDuel. I gave out that pick. I know a lot of you were able to tail it. You can see he is now down to minus 166 on FanDuel. So that's the power of looking for great, sharp UFC MMA betting picks earlier in the week. We literally got this guy minus 102. He's now minus 166. UFC line movements in sports betting can be pretty insane because it's not a team sport. It's two people fighting. So the line movements in general are much bigger and there's better betting opportunities. I wish there were more UFC fights we could bet on. But regardless, today's bet is going to be on the same fight. And this time we're taking the under. So initially, lines ripped towards Du Plessis. You can go back and watch our previous MMA video. We bet him minus 102. He's now minus 166. Now, the total is ripping lower. So you can see DraftKings and Pinnacle, two sportsbooks that also have a betting market on the preliminary card already available. They're both pricing the under as the favored outcome, right? Minus 120 on DraftKings. That's what they're pricing it at. Pinnacle's pricing it at minus 121. FanDuel is still giving you plus money. So once again, this is an incredible spot where you want to place this bet on FanDuel. It's a clear pricing discrepancy. You're getting 20 or 21 cents of improvement from every sportsbook, and Pinnacle has extremely tight market width, which means they're very confident in their market, right? Only 18 cents in market width between 121, minus 121, and plus 103. We're able to get plus 100 on FanDuel. So 5.28% profit margin on this bet. So I now have two bets on this fight, as you can kind of see on the screen right here. I was able to lock this in for, I think, $100, as you can see on the screen. We have Tavares, Du Plessis under 2.5 rounds, 5.28% profit margin, $100 stake. So our bet has 528 in total profit margin, right? You just take this percent, the profit margin percent, you multiply it by your stake. That gets you your profit margin in dollars. So another very sharp bet on this fight. Tons of line movement in this fight. And again, the sharpest bookmaker in the world, they're pricing this all the way down at minus 121, right? And we're able to pick it up plus 100 on FanDuel Sportsbook. So this is a bet you should be all over as a sports bettor. So if we go to a no vig fair odds calculator, if you're wondering, where does this 5.28% profit margin come from? Well, it's all based in real-time data, right? Everything is based on data on OddsJam. So where this 5.28% profit margin comes from, so on OddsJam, you always want to place the sharp bet in bold with a circle around it. So under 2.5 rounds, plus 100, the sharpest bookmaker is pricing this at minus 121, right? So they're pricing the over 2.5 rounds at plus 103, and they're pricing the under at minus 121. So the zero vig line, once you remove the juice, is going to be minus 111. That's the true odds, the fair line, the zero vig odds, the no vig odds, whatever you want to call it. There's tons of terms for it. Once you remove the vig or the juice, right, minus 111. We're getting this plus 100 on FanDuel. So on the OddsJam Positive EV screen, you'll always be getting wagers where you're betting at odds that are better than the fair odds with the juice removed from the sharpest bookmaker in the world, Pinnacle. So those are all the bets you want to be on, right? So obviously you want to focus on tighter market width, where Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook, they're much more confident in their betting lines, right? 37 cents of market width isn't optimal compared to 18 cents, right? That means Pinnacle is much more confident in their market. So the sharpest bookmaker is pricing this down at minus 121. We're picking it up plus 100. And based on the betting market on Pinnacle, we should be winning this bet 52.64% of the time at plus 100 odds. So that's $5.28 in profit margin on a $100 stake, 5.28% profit margin under this percent column on OddsJam. So an absolutely incredible bet. If you already bet on Du Plessis minus 102 odds, money line, you can now hedge out with Brad Tavares plus 130. So that would be an arbitrage bet if you go to an arbitrage calculator. Plus 130 minus 102. If you already bet $500 like me on Du Plessis, you could go hedge out on FanDuel and make a risk-free $59.68. That's arbitrage betting. When you're getting equal and opposite outcomes and the plus number is greater than the minus number, you can oftentimes hedge out of your bets for a profit, which I could do for $60, but I love betting on the UFC, so I'm going to keep my bet open because this minus 102 is now incredible, right? So he's literally down to minus 140 minimum on most sportsbooks. We got him minus 102. Let's frickin' crush UFC 276 this weekend. And as always, any questions you have, comment them below. Let me know if you like the pick. Let me know your thoughts on this fight, and let's make some money.